St. Petersburg has gone through this incredible renaissance, and people who haven't been here in the last 7 to 8 years need to come to St. Petersburg.
Hi, I'm Estelia Mesimer, and this is Shorecrest Preparatory School, a private non-profit, non-sectoral educational college preparatory day school for students of the age 3 through grade 12, located here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Founded in 1923, it is the oldest independent school in the state of Florida. Shorecrest serves St. Petersburg as well as the greater Tampa Bay area. The campus is 28 acres and hosts the Chargers, the school sports team. Today, I will be meeting with the school headmaster, Mr. Michael Murphy, and will tell us more.
And thank you so much for coming to visit Shorecrest. I have just finished my 12th year of being the headmaster at Shorecrest, and my entire 44-year career has been in education. I've been in independent schools in Ohio and Tennessee and Georgia, and I had 4 years where I was at the Kennedy School in Berlin, Germany. And so my life has been dedicated to young children and to schools. Well, and as you know, because your children go here, we build the philosophy on the concept of choice, balance, and support. And where Shorecrest curriculum is best described as being both progressive and pragmatic. We're progressive in that we believe that this generation of students need to be able to be independent learners, so as they go off to their universities and go into their careers, that they know how to do independent research, they know how to go into depth, they know how to build projects, work with other people in collaboration, can be incredibly strong with technology and research. And so that progressive part of the education begins with our 3-year-olds and continues through high school. At the same time, we're pragmatic enough to realize that the college search process, we want students to have as many doors open to them as possible. So the curriculum is grounded in fundamentals, in math, in science, and language development. And we make sure that the advanced placement program, which is a program that is respected around the world, is a very strong program with 23 courses being offered. And 88% of the students who take those, or 88% of the exams that are taken, our students get 3, 4s, or 5s, which gives, in many places, college credit, but most importantly shows those universities that the students have achieved the content and achieve the goals of the course at the highest possible level, at a college level. Well, very clearly, the most important accomplishment has been the graduation of almost 1,000 students during that period of time. And students who go off to wonderful, wonderful schools. About 60% of our graduates every year leave the state of Florida and go off to schools all over the country and in fact around the world. And then about 40% of the students will stay in the state of Florida. And the vast majority of our students are able to finish college in 4 years, which is a wonderful achievement. I would also say that a huge accomplishment has been the school continuing to grow. I think, as you know, Shorecrest today is not the Shorecrest from yesterday.
Yes.
And so we are constantly trying to encourage our faculty and encourage the administration to develop innovations that will enrich the lives of our students and make our school a more exciting place, not for the alumni, but for the next generation. You take last year, Shorecrest was named a Distinguished Apple School because of the overall use of technology from the 3-year-olds through the 12th grade. The Center for Medical Sciences opened last year, which is allowing students to have internship exposure with physicians all over the region, but also inviting doctors and hospital administrators and nurses and people from all types of professions in the medical sciences to come meet with our students and talk about career opportunities. The opening of the Innovation Center in the middle school, where art and technology are taught as a combined course, has been a wonderful, wonderful innovation. And the fifth grade, one last example I'll give is the Drop Everything in STEAM program that started last year in the fifth grade, where for one full week the students suspend the regular curriculum and do nothing but STEAM-related experiences with their teachers and with their classmates. Very exciting what's happening in education. I'm proud of all of those changes that go on. That's a wonderful question. I actually believe that if this school were plopped down in the middle of Atlanta or Charlotte or Boston or New York City, families would say, I want to go to that school. Families who are most interested in academics, in small class size, and the safety of their children, families who want their children to have opportunities in the arts and in athletics, and families who care about character development. We have our 5 core values at Shorecrest, and many of our families care deeply that their children not just have great academic backgrounds and great exposure in arts and athletics, but that they have sound character, so that when you send them off to those colleges and universities, that you have faith that they'll maintain those core values that you as a parent have been trying to teach, and that we have partnered with you in teaching. So 6 years ago, we hired a full-time director of service learning for the school. And Diego Duran Medina's job is to work with our students and with our faculty, and in many cases with our parents, and to develop partnerships with the nonprofits in the Tampa Bay area. Now, as you know, the high school has 1 week during the year that is Service Week, and where many of the high school students will be involved in service agencies every week of the year. For that 1 week, every student in the high school suspends their curriculum and is involved in depth in one of the nonprofits of Tampa Bay, in some cases of nonprofits around the United States, and in many cases in organizations that need support around the world. I mean, for the last 5 years, we've been in Haiti and Costa Rica working with different villages on special medical projects and school projects. Some of us take groups to work for the National Park System. And the most important thing that's happening with service learning is Diego is trying to get the students to take on the leadership. Rather than have the teachers organize the project and the students just come along, we're trying to ask the students to organize the project from the beginning, to develop that partnership with the nonprofits, and in many cases carry the project through not just this year, but to make sure that there are groups of underclassmen who will continue with that partnership in future years. I will also say that there's great efforts going on to get classes from the upper school and middle school to partner with lower school classes, so that those children are working together on very common projects, and that they'll continue to develop those interests throughout their time at Shorecrest. The 8th grade students do their second semester of the year, their passion projects. And about 60% of those projects are related to service activities. And so many of those 8th graders will have the opportunity, as they move into the 9th grade, to continue to work with that passion area, if it's service related, and invite other members of the school community to join with them to serve those communities that the children have identified as something that's important to them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real exciting.